Good day, YouTube. It is the 24th of February, 2021. Working on my 1966 Ford F100, my new shop truck. As you can see, we are getting the interior ready for carpet and so forth. And today, we are going to start preparing the seat for upholstery. Yes, the seat. It had this beautiful wineberry velour upholstery on the original seat. I suppose somebody liked it. I didn't like it. It is time to get the old upholstery off and do any necessary repairs to the seat foundations. So I got the bottom part of the seat disconnected from the backrest and got it upside down on the sawhorse, kind of getting ready to peel the onion, if you will. You can see that on the driver's side and passenger side, things have fallen by the wayside. We definitely have some structural issues with the seat. We got these wires or springs that have given way, and the seat is kind of broken down. You can see the wave in it. So we're going to have to get this thing stripped down, assess what the issues are, and figure out a plan to put this back together in a fashion that will hold up. You can see somebody has actually stuffed some other types of material, because what happens is the wires tend to cut through the foam when the foam starts to age, and just from age. And that's not a good thing. When I'm reupholstering, I usually use burlap. I didn't find a replacement foam seat for this particular year. Must not just be popular enough. But if we get the upholstery off, we could probably peel the foam off, and then before we go back together with it, put some burlap down to protect this old foam for the next 10 or 20 years from being cut by those wires. And then we'll figure out a way to resupport this end, and especially the driver's side, this end. Alright, so let me get to peeling away the onion, and I'll bring you back when we got something to cry about. Well, we got the old seat cover off, and there was one piece of foam on top of what was on the seat, which is standing over here. I got the seat foam off. Don't we, Autumn Beer? So there's the frame. We'll get to that in a second. So here's the seat. So there was one piece of foam. There's a little piece of foam. There's another piece of foam. And then one that was helping the wore out side of this thing. So, which is kind of a good thing, because I can peel all this off, because the seat was way too dang high. So that's good, but we will have to kind of fix things here a little bit. Again, I wish I could just replace this with a factory piece. I could custom cut one, but I'm not very good at it, and it'll be fine. Trust me. Alright, so what we got going on here is, on this side, there's a spring, but there should have been a spring here. So this one's here. There should have been a spring here, hooked to here, to support this side. And that spring is gone. And there was probably one more wire that went from here to here. So we'll have to recreate that. So I'm going to go to our local farm store. They got some springs. Take one of these with me and see if we can get one for here. Just missing one, and that'll kind of help. And then, like I said before, we'll wrap the bed of this thing with burlap to keep the springs from blowing through the foam. On the other side, it's a little worse, the driver's side. The springs are both there, which is good, but the spring has wore through that. So what we're going to do is put a piece of metal in there. Where'd it go? Lost my piece of metal. Bet you don't know where this thing came from. It may or may not have come off a 5-gallon bucket that rotted away. So we're going to use that. What we're probably going to do is, because this is still too thick of a diameter to go through these springs, won't go through the hole. So we'll probably parallel the one that's here, and we'll catch 1, 2, 3, 4 springs. So we'll cut this here, and then we'll like tie wire this in there. We'll catch all 4 springs and then tie wire between, especially in here where the spring had cut through that. So that'll be good. Can't just weld that back together, it would never hold. Anyway, so that's the plan. So I'm going to run to the hardware store with one of these springs, see if we can get one. And we'll come back, we'll wire that piece of wire in there, cut that off about right there, and then we'll put a spring in over here. We'll get a wire of some sort tied from there to there. This wire's broken also, so we'll try to get something in from here to here to replace that broken wire. And we'll wrap this thing in burlap, and we'll strip off that old foam, and we'll try to build it back up if it needs to be, where it needs to be, and so forth. I think what has happened is that the springs had gave way, so they built that up with foam rather than fix the problem. So we'll get the bottom of this thing fixed, and it'll last good enough. I mean, it'll last fine. The rest of the thing's pretty good shape, actually. So is the mechanism for sliding it. So let me run to the store. I'll be back. Autumn, you want to go to the store? You want to get in the car? Should we go? Should we go in the car? Okay, let's go in the car. Okay, we'll be back. You look at that. They had an almost identical spring. I don't know about the tension for sure. Pair of them for $4.19. Just like that. Anyway, so we'll be able to put this in over here and support this. I think I've got this reworked pretty good over here. Again, I took that bail off the bucket and used that and behind 3 of the springs. I used tie wraps to hold everything nice and tight, and then came back, put some tie wire on it. I kind of extended this original wire with some other wire. Okay, it looks a little hokey, but it did do the job. I actually attached that wire to that spring so that it wouldn't come off the end or anything. I kind of hold that spring in place. So there you go, better than it used to be. So I'm going to get this spring back in here, get this all tied in, give it just a quick once over, and then I'm going to go up, find some burlap and some hog rings. Alright, I took the other half of that, or other piece of that 5-gallon bucket bale, kind of just added it in here for fun. Put the new spring in there, extended this beyond, added the missing wire, and yeah, we got something now. So it's burlap time. I have probably have upstairs both burlap like you'd buy it by the yard, but I also collected old burlap sacks, which tend to be a little heavier. So I need to run upstairs and kind of see what we got. All right, these are hog rings. If you've ever done upholstery, you know what they are. If you haven't, well, that's a hog ring. And yeah, I'm sure it resembles what they'd have put in the nose of a pig. But for upholstery purposes, this is still what they call them. There's just a couple examples of hog ring pliers. This is typical old school hog ring pliers with an adjustable stop on it. So you kind of don't over crimp them, I guess. And this is actually a Pittsburgh. I'm not sure if Harbor Freight still sells this or not. I've had it for quite a while. I'm not sure where I obtained it. But it's also hog ring pliers. I think I have a couple others. And then if you ever buy an upholstery kit, they'll come with a super cheap set of hog ring pliers. And then I found a piece of burlap. We'll get it unfolded here, and should be a good enough piece for the base of the seat. We'll start putting it on, and I'll just show you the technique as we go. Didn't even cut it, folded it in half, so it's kind of double duty. Got it all hog ringed on. You don't got to go crazy with it. We're just holding it in place so the foam sits on it. Doesn't go anywhere. These are standard issue hog ring pliers. If I can do this while looking at the camera at the same time, you just pick up your hog ring like that. And Autumn seems to find entertainment in the old upholstery. And then you can just, you know, over the wire or whatever. This one's not, it kind of takes two hands, but then crimp her down. So we just grabbed it like 8 places. And there we go. We are successful in getting the burlap on. So next would be to fit the foam. And Mommy texted and is ready to have her baby girls home. You ready to go home, sweetie? Should we go? Go see Mommy and Ellie, Kay, and Baker? Should we go? Okay, let's go. Let's go to the car. Let's go to the car. Yeah, she's pretty anxious to go. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. For you, just a couple seconds. Okay, it is the next day. See, I told you it'd only be just a second. And we've got the seat back up on the table. The seat back is up on the table. We've got to get the cover off of it, and which is, most of the hog rings are detached by now anyway, and then we have these plastic clips. If you ever think you're going to do a little upholstery, and don't throw these away, save them. You might end up sewing those back on upholstery if you're, you know, going to stitch up your own seat covers and stuff, which I have done, and I have sewn those back on. They're kind of hard on the machine, but this isn't a seat that is real conducive to hog rings all the way around. There is holes here to catch them, but around here there's not. So the seat cover was specifically made for this type of seat, and it has these plastic things to grip. I'm hoping this custom seat cover that I have ordered is built like this one, but I guess I don't really know. So they can be a tad tricky to get out. Get your screwdriver underneath there and pry them. Do the hog rings first, so it gives you a little slack. You don't break these getting them out. The seat bottom is put on about the same way. Hog rings on just one side. But we got to get this foam off of here because we got a broken support. I'm not sure what all this monkey business is. I guess nothing. Okay. So this day somebody spent a couple bucks on it. Either had it custom made at upholstery shop or ordered it, but it's just not to my taste, and obviously it's really old and wore out. The seat needed all this repair. The seat bottom foam I've got sitting over here, just been kind of doing some fix up on it a little bit. A new seat foam is available, so probably by the time you ship it's probably excess of $250, so I'm going to fix it best I can with what I have. Alright, we'll peel this out of here. take the foam, or take the cover off the foam, and then take the foam off the seat frame. Oop, got one more hog ring there. That's not gonna work. Garbage. Oh, the inside's pretty nice. It's pretty heavy. It was well done in its day. My dog likes to lay on it. Might keep part of it for her. I don't want to tear anything, so it's going to be a little bit stuck, but it'll come out. Little at a time. Come on. Mm-hmm. All right. All right, seat foam back is off, and it looks to be in pretty good shape. Stay. So now we have to do is weld up this frame, and the seat back would be good to go. So let me get this prepared and let's get it welded up. It's starting to be crowded in my shop, I can tell you. Alright, I got it all ready, so let's weld it up. Alright, I'm going to flip it over and catch the backside. Make it real strong. Might be welding a brace on there. Yeah, it did. Had a piece of metal under it holding it precisely in place there. Let me grind that for a moment. It is pretty thin. Alright. That's a good one. Yeah. Well, that frame is fixed. Sorry, I was out of frame there for a second. Apologize. Focus. Anyway, got her fixed. So this frame is ready to go. I'll throw a little paint on that so it don't rust, and we'll be good. Well, there we go, boys and girls. We have successfully repaired the seat frames for upholstery. So the upholstery I ordered is a like custom fit. So they like have the patterns. You could pick out your material and colors and all that stuff, and they'll make it and send it to you. And I have that coming. I suspect it's going to be weeks before we get it. So we'll end this video here, and when the upholstery arrives, we will upholster the seats, and good to go. We're going to repair the seat foam for the seat bottom best I can. I wish I had new. Just not really something I want to spend the money on to buy it new, so we're going to run with it. So, guys, thanks for watching. Appreciate the comments. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. Hit the thumbs up on the way out the door. Catch you guys on the next video.